Hello, and welcome to another update video on Solana. Solana, it's still one of the more interesting ones across the sector, even though also Solana continues to move in a sideways range. I would say we'll take a quick look at the larger time frame for Solana, so we can take a look at the Solana long-term chart, the daily time frame. Then we take a look at the shorter time frames. The reason why I want to start here is to make it crystal clear what the relevant levels are that need to hold for, let's say, to still maintain a bullish perspective, yeah. And in addition to that, what we want to, you might hear the dog. The dog just arrived. Whatever. He's confusing me now. All right, what do I want to say? Okay, so which levels need to hold to still maintain a bullish view? Okay, so even if we break below the low of the 10th of October there, right? This was here, this swing low around $172. Even if we break below this level, doesn't mean we're all bearish, right? It doesn't mean the bear market has started or something. There are still support levels below, specifically around $150 to $160. This would be the next support level. That's the blue zone here. And below this zone, we have support between $117.41 and $138.26 and $117.41. This would be the lower support area. And I've marked on this chart also structural support levels. The lower one being 126.57, going through the lower zone. And then you've got this additional one at 155.71. That's the swing low from the 3rd of August going through the blue zone. Why is this important? Just to give you some orientation. You know, if we get another low, which isn't even guaranteed, you know which other levels to watch out for. And it's interesting that these Fibonacci zones are like, they are like zones, additional zones that surround these structural support levels, these previous swing lows from the 2nd of August and then here from mid-June. Yeah. So these are important levels that we shouldn't ignore because we're far away from an upside breakout, right? I mean, at least we haven't broken above any resistances or so, but we can take a closer look at that on the smaller time frame, of course, because there you see more detailed wave structures, yeah. But I don't want to talk too much about what the alternative structures would be. I think for now it's enough to know there are still bullish structures even if we break below the swing low from the 10th of October, that Friday, because it would just be confusing, right? There are many options. Most of them either as some kind of a diagonal structure or ABC structure. There is, what I can tell you, there is no impulse to the upside, which makes all of this move to the upside here a bit difficult. Could the bull market have topped already? Absolutely. We talked about that as well. That is the same situation like on Bitcoin. It's just that here, the move to the upside from the April low is clearly corrective. Bitcoin is a bit different. Yeah, we have overlapping structures. It's all clearly corrective. But the thing is, we haven't broken any support level on the daily time frame, and the movements to the downside are not impulsive, right? They are only 3-wave movements, which does keep the door open for higher prices. Very, very important, yeah. And also, I think what we need to talk about is this trend line here that we're tracking. This trend line is important because it shows on the smaller time frame as well. And ultimately, we need to get above it. It's currently located in the area around $215, but it obviously goes up. So it's more like a dynamic resistance level. And we held above this trend line since April. I mean, okay, it really only started to build when we had the second touch point, then in June. But now, since the 10th of October, we've been below. So we just need to get it back above. Yeah. So that should give you all the key levels. The only other thing that I haven't talked about yet is, okay, upside targets. If we break above this ascending trend line, next upside levels, $279, $313, $336. So let us switch back to the shorter time frame for Sol. This is interesting because we're still in a broader range. You see that we have micro support in the area between $181 and $188. We talked about that already a couple of days ago because we saw already a 5-wave move up. into the Thursday high, right? Well, yeah, in the last 24, 48 hours, yeah. So we had a 5-wave move up. We also had a 5-wave move up from the 17th of October low. So I think I see overall more 5-wave movements to the upside than 3-wave movements. Sorry, no, yeah, no, the other way around. Yeah, I see more 5 waves up than 5 waves down, I think, right? Because I can see this as a 5-wave move up, this as a 3-wave move down. I can see this as a 5-wave move up, and then we had a small 3-wave move down. The only thing is this start was 3 waves, but the move down was also 3 waves. But in summary, got a few 5-wave movements to the upside, which is promising. We are trying to break above initial resistance, but haven't managed to do so. This is really the first micro resistance, you know that one, between $189.72 and $193.23. Breaking above it will open the door to a test of the $198 level. That's the swing high from the 21st of October. That's important, yeah. But really, we need to break above it so that it opens the door to this cluster of resistances above between $212 and $215. And then above is an even more meaningful level. That's the $225 level, because that's the swing high from the 10th of October. And, you know, this is the level where the selling pressure started to come in. The selling pressure started to come in, and this is where the volume started to come in, yeah, selling volume. And I haven't seen any crypto, I think, that has broken above it yet. Here on the Solana chart, yeah, that's $225. Interesting that across, well, different markets, some have broken. NASDAQ has broken above it. The S&P has broken above it today, right on Friday. So yeah, I mean, the focus, I think, for the weekend will be on, you know, can we actually break out directly to the upside? The market has so far done what we wanted it to do. We have seen that 3-wave move down after a possible 5-wave move up. What we said could happen is maybe that this transitions into a broader ABC structure, maybe for another test of support, not absolutely needed. Should we break above this $198 level, we might already be in a more direct breakout. And as I said, this would then open the door to a test of that more dynamic resistance area above, also where that trend line is located, in possibly a 3rd wave. That would be in the white scenario, in a 3rd wave. So it could be an interesting weekend. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, I suggest you also follow us on X for additional updates, charts, news, and much more. You can also find there sometimes videos that are published before YouTube, or just additional updates on charts that we don't even cover here. So yeah, I'll leave a link for you in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.